Well, hello YouTube, this is Steve Patton with General Patton Bushcraft, back with you with another super exciting video. Today's video is the recap of episode 4. This is season 10, friends, episode 4, titled Lake of Thieves. Stay tuned. All right, friends, let's get right into it. Episode 4, Lake of Thieves. And you know every show starts out with a quote from a famous person. This week's quote is, "We first make our habits, then our habits make us." And that's from John Dryden. All right, the show starts out on day 17 now, 9:22 a.m. with Cade. Cade is on a game trail. He's hunting. He's eating berries. There's not many berries left, friends. He finds some fresh bear scat, probably from the night before, making more arrows, and he's going to heat treat these arrows. He found some cans, friends, and you know participants are allowed to keep whatever they can find on their plot of land. He found some cans and he's making some nice arrowheads, sharp arrowheads for those arrows that he's making. All right. About 3:47 p.m. on day 17 still, the show moves over to Wyatt. Wyatt makes a real nice lean-to shelter with some logs, spruce boughs. He chinks those logs with moss with a nice rock fireplace. We see Wyatt go out and reset that gill net. He sees a pair of otters fishing, friends. And he makes a nice bright gold fishing lure. He names that fishing lure Gold Hellfire, and he catches a nice lake trout. Trout number 2 on the Gold Hellfire catches 2 trout, friends. It's kind of late in the evening, so he decides to leave those trout in a live well up on shore. And we're going to find out if that was a good idea by Wyatt. All right, day 18, 10:07 in the morning, the show moves over to Luke, and Luke's working on that bear den. It's looking real nice. He goes fishing, catches 2 more trout, one right after another, friends. And those 2 fish are about 1,500 calories with a lot of protein. Luke's problem is he has too much food to cook, friends. About 3:17, working on his fireplace, he's digging a hole in the side of the berm in that bear den. And about 7:30 that night, 42 degrees, friends, Luke's feeling sick. He ate 2 old fish, he's thinking, that might have got him sick, and ooh-wee, he's not feeling good. All right, friends, the show goes to day 19, 9:13 in the morning, and the show moves over to Taz. Taz builds a nice teepee smoker, checks the gill net, and so far Taz has 5 grouse, 4 fish, and 1 squirrel. He gets a big lake trout in the gill net. Shelter is about 300 feet from his smoker/kitchen. And the trail cam, friends, picks up one of those pine martens lurking around his camp. We'll see what happens. All right, friends, day 19, 11:24 a.m. The show moves back over to Wyatt. Wyatt's sitting down by the lake, and a mink comes up real close to him, looking for more fish to steal, friends. That's the link that stole his 2 fish that he left in the live well. Oh my goodness. It was a gamble that Wyatt decided to take the night before. He left those 2 fish in the live well. He didn't decide to clean them, and he paid a heavy price. And we think that mink stole those fish. So back to fishing for Wyatt. Oh, and he gets a big lake trout on the Gold Hellfire, that real nice lure that he made. All right, friends, day 20, 8:27 a.m., the show goes back over to Jody. For 20 days, Jody's eaten nothing but bunch berries, blueberries, and reindeer moss for the last 20 days. That's all she's been eating. But she's building a very nice cabin, friends. She finishes the cabin, finishes the roof on it, chinks the whole roof with moss. It's very nice. All right, friends, day 20 now, 12:04. Back over to Luke. Luke is very sick, and we find out that he had a waterfall of diarrhea. He was butt naked in the sleeping bag, friends, and what a big mess. And we find out from Luke he's been drinking lake water straight out of the lake. No wonder he's sick. Sicker than a dog. He almost taps out. He's got the radio in his hands. He sees a bear. Change of heart. He's got a change of heart. He takes a shot. Misses. Another shot. Misses. Oh, and he finds out after closer look, it's a mama bear with the cub. And those are illegal to take, friends. And Luke takes that as a sign, that mama bear with the baby cub. And he takes that as an omen, as a sign that he needs to get back home to mama and his baby. And Luke taps out. Oh my goodness, with all that food, too sick to do anything, friends. And it's day 21 now, 7 people remain. Day 21, 7:34 in the morning, back over to Jody. It's 32 degrees, light snow on the ground, and we see her go down and get water from the lake. She decides to build a door, very nice door. Talks a lot about winning the money. And the show moves back over to Taz now. Day 21, 11:27 in the morning. Taz checks his snares. He gets a squirrel. Cleans the squirrel down by the lake. Gets back to the shelter. And he finds out that pine marten stole half of his trout. So he changes his mind. He starts building a nice food cache. 16 foot up in the trees. He strips all the bark off of these 2 trees and builds a nice box out of some wood logs. And he locates that box up in the trees about 16 feet up. All right, friends, day 21, 2:47, back over to Melanie. Building a nice woodshed up off the ground. She wants to store her wood up out of the snow close to her shelter. It's a very nice woodshed. She goes down, tries her luck at fishing, catches one. Oh, but my goodness, she loses it right before she can get it up to shore. So we see Melanie bust out her bra. She's storing her fish hooks in her bra, friends. She makes another lure out of some wool from her wool sweater, a piece of pink material from her pink underwear, makes another nice lure, and a Band-Aid. She uses that Band-Aid on that lure, and I'll be goddamn, she catches a nice small pike, friends. And about 6 o'clock that evening, we see her cooking and eating that small pike. So good on Melanie. Nice lure out of that pink underwear and Band-Aid. All right, friends, day 22, 7:32 a.m., back over to Taz. It's super windy the night before. The next morning, he goes down to check his gill net, and oh, he can't find it. Taz's gill net is lost in the storm, friends. So he goes back to his food cache, checks on it, everything's fine. Back over to Jody now. She's eating spruce bark. Tells us it tastes a little bit like celery, rich in fiber. It's about 500 calories per pound. Not very many calories for spruce bark. And Jody's lost 27 pounds since day 1, friends. She works on chinking the armor, and then chinking the walls in her cabin, rather. She tells us about a dream she had the night before about her mother calling her home that she needs her help. And oh my goodness, we see Jody tap out, friends. On day 21, Jody taps out. The show ends right there, friends, with 6 people remaining. And friends, that's where my recap is going to end also. Friends, before you leave the channel, please consider subscribing. Bang that bell icon, and in that drop-down menu, friends, do select all. Give the video a like, friends. And as always, God is good, God is great. I'll see y'all on the next video, because you already got a date.